So you've raised your family, you've had a job or a career that was less than satisfying, and now you're over 50. Your friends are mostly a bunch of losers, and you're beginning to wonder if this is all there is, and if it's possible to change after 50 years old, to change your life. Well, you might not have to just ride the same horse you got on when you were young until you die. Watch this video to see 10 examples of people who completely changed their lives after 50, and for some motivation how you can do it yourself. Let's start off with the man behind this sign, Colonel Harlan Sanders. He was 62 years old and making a living with a small restaurant in northern Kentucky when he sold his first chicken recipe to a competing restaurant. At 65, his restaurant went broke because the highway moved, and so he decided to take his $100 a month Social Security and go into franchising of his KFC recipe. He went on to become a worldwide success. He died in 1980. And then there's Ray Kroc. He was a traveling salesman and was 52 years old in 1954 when he met the McDonald brothers and went on to build one of the biggest fast food enterprises on the planet, with sales of over $23 billion in the year 2022. Some famous sayings by Ray Kroc: take calculated risks, act boldly and thoughtfully. And to be successful, you must be daring and be first and be different. And finally, he also said, I was an overnight success, all right, but 30 years is a long, long night. Anna Marie Robertson Moses, better known by her nickname Grandma Moses, began her painting career at age 78. Painting was always a dream of hers in her early childhood. However, her busy life as a housekeeper, farm laborer, mother, and wife meant she didn't have a chance to pursue her dream until later in life. She lived to be 101 years old and enjoyed a very successful career in the arts. Her work is still popular today, and one of her paintings sold for over $1.2 million. Charles Darwin is one of the most famous naturalists and scientists of all time. He's famous for his theory of evolution, that all living creatures are descendants of a common ancestor. However, he didn't publish his theory in his book, The Origin of Species, until he was 50 years old. He published that book in 1870. With 11 years of publication, the scientific community had come to accept his theory of evolution as a scientific fact. His theory was groundbreaking and created a huge impact, influencing modern science as we know it today. Gladys Burris began her marathon running career at the age of 86. She gained fame when she set the world record for the oldest woman to finish a marathon at the age of 92. She power walked and jogged the Honolulu Marathon in 2012, completing the run in 9 hours and 53 minutes. She was asked about the secret to her success, and she put her fitness and accomplishment down to keeping a positive attitude and outlook on life. You've probably used Roget's Thesaurus at some point in your life, but did you know that the guy who wrote it was 73 years old when it was first published? In 1852, Roget's Thesaurus of English Words and Phrases was published for the first time. It would become the most widely used English language thesaurus, with new editions still being published to this day using the original classifications Roget established. And how about Julia Child? Julia Child is recognized for making French cuisine accessible to the American public with her best-selling cookbook, Mastering the Art of French Cooking. She went on to create The French Chef in 1963, which was a successful television cooking show which made her a household name in America. However, this success all came later in life. She was 51 years old when she had her TV debut as a celebrity chef. Following her death in 2004, she became well known again with the 2009 film Julie and Julia, starring Amy Adams and Meryl Streep. I'm going to struggle with this fella's name, but Momofuko Ando is an inventor and businessman famous for inventing instant noodles. However, it wasn't until he was 50 years old that he first invented the instant noodle. His next invention, at age 61, was the cup of noodles. He had the idea to package his instant noodles in a polystyrene waterproof cup. All you needed to do was add water. With his invention, he created the highly successful brands Top Ramen and Cup of Noodles. This became a global business with instant noodles becoming popular all over the world. He lived until he was 96 years old and put his longevity down to playing golf and eating cup of noodles every day. And what about Laura Ingalls Wilder? She began writing the Little House series of children's books at 65 years old. The stories are based on her childhood growing up as part of a pioneer family in a small house in Wisconsin between 1870 and 1894. Her books were very successful, and she published 8 books in the series. Her series went on to be the basis for the popular television series Little House on the Prairie, which ran from 1974 to 1983. Harry Bernstein started writing his first novel when he was 93 years old. He gained literary fame at age 96 when it was published in 2007. The novel is a memoir of his childhood growing up in a poor Jewish family in a northern English mill town. In 2007, when he was talking about his novel, he said, "The first 25 years of my life are something I would rather forget, but the contrary has taken place. The older I get, the more alive those years have become." He went on to write 3 more books in his life, The Dream, The Golden Willow, and What Happened to Rose, published after his death in 2012. These people are just some of the many examples that success is possible at almost any age, in business, in science, in the arts, in literature, and it's even possible in health and fitness. If you're still able to move, it's almost certain that you can have a positive impact on your health and fitness. And if you do have a positive impact on your health and fitness, it's very likely that success there will lead to success in other areas of your life. Thanks for watching.